You're listening to the Otasso Outdoors Podcast.
Do 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 do. Do 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 do.
I don't know why you guys aren't more excited right now.
Well, we were expecting you to do it. We haven't been in here for so long, so we figured you'd want to participate with us and make this fun.
It's all right. It's all right.
Ladies,
Clearly see he doesn't care about the people.
ladies and gentlemen, boys and squirrels, we are back in the pod bunker after taking a bit of a hiatus.
Just a little one.
We're not really around in the summer.
We were abroad.
So once the summer ends and Labor Day passes, we boogie on back, and now we're back. So
The leaves
thanks.
turn crispy, and we're back in the bunker.
So thanks for your patience. If you're now tuning in for the first time, all of that doesn't matter because we have 3 segments to the show. Segment number 1 is What You Got Buddy. What You Got Buddy is where we bring some pre-prepared articles and or headlines and we discuss them at length. Segment number 2.
I don't even remember. What do we do? Spotlight series.
3 months in his memory bank.
I got married. It's busy season for work.
Yeah, that's
on.
what we missed. Reed got wifed up in the last 3 months.
Well, I don't have my ring on, but I have a tattoo, so that counts. Doesn't come off. Segment number 2 is our Spotlight series, where we search our network of guests and that are in the hunting community. We bring them on. We get to know who they are, what they're doing in the outdoors industry, and bring you guys along for the ride. Segment number 3, if Hunter remembers.
Segment number 3 is our head-to-head game show series, where we focus on one topic, ask a bunch of questions, have a quiz master, literally go head-to-head and see who knows more and crown a winner at the end.
Well, gents, I feel like it's just so fitting coming back after being gone for a bit to get back to the roots and run with a What You Got Buddy. But before we do that, fit check. We were rocking our I Heart Big Bucks Taylor Swift edition bracelets from the lovely Grace Bratz Opper.
Yeah, Backbone built us some sweet I Heart Big Bucks bracelets, and we are sworn to wear them until we put down big deer.
I did not agree to that. I
think it's a thing.
When you put it on your wrist,
n-
when you put it on, it was locked in until
No.
you kill it. But yeah,
No,
it
no,
was
no.
a blood. It's a blood covenant.
No,
you
I
can
said
take it off when there's blood.
No. This is going to go into the field with me. I said it was my Lucky Buck bracelet. So it's like every time I go into the stand, I'm going to bring it with me.
You and I made a very different agreement.
Well, yeah. I just don't know.
This
know.
is basically like a.
From an appearance standpoint, sitting across the table from clients, them trying to read what this says, all that you can see if you glance real hard is I Heart Big B U, and then what happens if the CKS is rotated around?
Use your imagination.
You can see how appearances.
See, I got it now. I can just say, "Oh, my little cousin made this for me," and people go, "Aw."
I love big bucks, and I cannot lie.
And there it is.
You other fuds can't deny.
Oh, the fuds.
Yes. So Reed got married. That's big news. We're coming in hot here to the fall season, which we're all stoked about. There's leaves in the driveway. The mornings are getting crispier. Velvet has officially been off in most cases, unless there's some premature shedders. Are you guys excited?
So excited.
Super excited.
Yeah, I think, what was it, 2 weeks ago when we both had a morning where we walked outside and we called each other. We're like, did you feel it? Did you feel the cool air? And it just, all of a sudden, everything's starting to come around. The smells are coming out. The dewy mornings are here. Deer are moving. You're starting to see bucks. And we have Michigan's, I don't know if this is the first ever, but it's the first ever?
Yeah, this
First
was
ever early doe.
this was one of the part of that thing that they proposed to the NRC.
Yeah, the
So this
NRC
is
passed
history. This weekend is making history, and I'm going to be on the golf course instead of in the woods.
something. Hunter and I are going out to say we done it.
Yep. Gonna try to put a couple down at least.
Last year of youth hunt killing bucks. So to all the young bucks out there that got killed by young bucks, you're safe next year.
Wait, they're instilling the antlerless only for
Next
youth hunt
year.
next year?
Next year, antlerless only.
Thank goodness. We won't get into down that rabbit hole today, but we had a conversation about that where you guys might disagree with us, but I think that the antlerless thing is huge to get kids set off on the right foot. I know you think differently.
No, like I agree about it in principle, but if I'm out in the stand with my boy and you see that trophy buck walk by and you have to tell him you can't shoot that deer, it's going to break my heart.
You say you can't shoot that deer for 2.5 weeks.
That's fair.
I mean, it's not like, oh, that's completely off the table. It's like this, like, you don't even have to call it the youth hunt. It's like, hey, this is a management hunt. They're giving you the opportunity to go out early and help fill our freezer.
That's a better way to look at it.
That's going to give you the opportunity in 2 weeks to go after that big buck.
I like it.
Yeah.
So that's the way I see it. I think it's a big positive. So drop in the comments and let us know what you guys think about that. And best of luck to all of you guys heading out in the woods this weekend. With that being said, you clicked on it, so let's get to it. What you got, buddy? Who's going to start us off today?
Okay. I'll start.
Hunter, what you got, buddy?
Alrighty. Sitka just released its first new camo pattern in 7 years. Sitka is one of the biggest names in the world of hunting gear, and for good reason. The brand is known for its high quality, long-lasting apparel, from hoodies and base layers to jackets and bibs. Now, just in time for fall, Sitka is releasing its first new camouflage pattern in 7 years. Called Optifade Cover, the new camo is designed specifically for densely vegetated areas with a lot of trees or leafy green cover. More importantly, it's designed for use in any greener season, whether you're chasing whitetail deer in the fall or turkey in the spring. The versatility paired with the brand's reputation for quality makes it well worth the price tag. And we all know it's definitely on the higher end.
It's expensive. A little bit.
Yeah. The new green and gray camouflage pattern was developed in collaboration with wildlife researchers at the University of Georgia Deer Research Lab. They use scientific research to analyze the vision of both turkey and deer and their ability to detect movement. With that data, Sitka created the Optifade Cover to break up the hunter's silhouette for ultimate concealment in early season.
And also break up your bank account. Destroyed.
Yeah, have you guys checked it out yet?
I like it. I think it's sweet. Here's the thing, though. This is my argument. So it's good for the whitetail hunter and especially the turkey hunter. So like you're in that low cover outside of a blind in the spring, you're turkey hunting. I think it's perfect for that. However, my one gripe would be I've got the whole, what is it called? Subalpine setup, which is the technically is like the green. Guys use it elk hunting. Guys use it up in the mountains. I've seen guys use it for bow hunting as well. It's kind of that perfect medium between brown, green, tan, everything to where I can wear it mid-fall still before switching over to my the Elevated 2.
Yep, Elevated 2.
So I'm trying to mentally process. It's like you don't really need a third setup because I can wear the what's it called? The subalpine. I can wear subalpine when I'm turkey hunting too. So I understand why they created it, but that kind of pattern won't do you much good. I feel like in the late season, once the leaves drop.
Yeah, I agree.
I think you're probably going to see more turkey hunters using it. But also, though, why would you opt for the new pattern when you can check 3 boxes with the subalpine.
Yeah.
You can also
I do like
you
the
can
subalpine
check
pattern.
3 boxes though with the new stuff too.
Yeah.
So it's like, I guess it doesn't really matter what you go with. Either single one. You can go with either.
I might be retarded. It looks like every other Sitka pattern I've ever seen.
You think so?
Yeah. It's
It
you
has
look at it
new
and like,
green in it.
ooh.
I will say this.
Ooh. Like, frick off, Sitka. That looks exactly like everything else.
I will say this.
Reed does not like Sitka.
Their
I don't get it.
their marketing and creative team are brilliant.
Yeah.
No, they
The
stole people from Supreme, and they're like, we're going to wait forever. We're going to like take a guy from Corvette marketing and a guy from Supreme marketing. We're going to wait forever to do any changes, say we're the best, and then release it. And it's like, here's $1 billion for a sock.
Sold. Take my card.
Frick you, Sitka. I'm done.
At the end of the day, when I first saw that, I kind of just chuckled because, like, here's the thing. If you watch some of their YouTube videos on how they created it with, like, the testing of breaking up patterns and shapes, it's like the science that goes into it is fascinating to me. But I still will always go back to the fact that freaking Fred Bear
I was just about to go there.
sat at the base of a tree on a metal bucket in buffalo plaid and was able to kill bigger bucks than anybody wearing Sitka. We're talking bright red buffalo plaid. Give me a break. Should we do... Wait, hold on. Hear me out.
Let's hear
Let
it.
me just adjust all of my thoughts.
Hear me out,
here.
boys.
Okay.
Should we try to prove a point by killing deer in blue jeans and t-shirt this year?
Let's do it. Why not?
I mean, I got my I Heart Big Bucks bracelet. I'm invincible.
You're all set. You can
Dude,
you can
I
just
can.
strip down. No
Honestly.
need for a neck gaiter.
Well,
Just naked with a bracelet.
Hunter's like, how dare you come
How
against my neck?
dare
gaiter?"
you?
I mean, undeniably. Okay, here's the thing I will say about Sitka. Undeniably great technology within their systems, within their pad. Not like I don't really care about their pattern that much. They came out with a new one, doesn't bother me, whatever. But like the actual stuff is quality. Cool. You're gonna stay warm. You're gonna stay cool. You're gonna stay covered. Perfect. But like, there's just gonna be this big fan. Like all the guys have to go out and buy the Optifade cover. It's like, all right, whatever.
You can
I
get it.
understand where you're coming from.
For those of you, shout out to our boy Barefoot Dave, because you can go purchase pretty much any Sitka stuff on Alibaba.
Can you really?
That's where it comes from. Yeah. I don't know if you guys saw my post the other day, but Temu
Oh yeah.
Temu has the Fanatic set up for $100. It's so good.
Looks real nice. Real nice.
See, I'd wear that. Those look like jammies.
Fleece jammies from Temu. Anyway, we're not going to knock.
That'd be so disrespectful to kill a deer in that.
Probably smells like sweatshops. No way to get rid of the smell.
Oh boy.
Child
Anyway,
labors.
we're not going to knock you guys for buying the new pattern, but here's what I'm saying.
Don't speak for us all.
Here's the thing. If, like, when you were on your phone earlier, we were talking back and forth,
I was listening and just looking at trying to find the difference.
Oh, okay.
Old versus new.
And we were saying, like, it's very versatile. The subalpine can be used in multiple applications, whether you're moose, elk,
Mm-hmm.
antelope, whitetail, like it's turkey. It's very, very versatile. Same thing for this new pattern. So like someone could go out who doesn't have an early season setup yet, and all they have is just elevated too. They could go buy this now, and then they're covered for all the early season stuff as well.
Yep.
So I'm not, as long as you're not the guy that has every pattern.
Yeah.
If you got deep pockets if you're that guy.
Shout out to that guy.
He probably eats a lot of tag soup.
I've hunted with that guy, and he drives me nuts. Just, you'd have to know him. Terrible.
My name is Ashton Livingston III.
No. Those guys are a different breed. Those guys wear mostly orange when they hunt.
That's true.
Yeah.
And they pull up in the Range Rover and the Rolls Royce.
Yes.
Well, my daddy said,
Reed, what do you got, buddy?
All right. If you guys thought I was pissed off about the new pattern, this one hits close to home in multiple areas. MSU researchers vaccinating animals in the wild to combat tuberculosis infectious diseases.
They're vaxing the deer.
They're vaccinating the deer right around the corner. Pathogens that spread between animals and humans are responsible for some of the deadliest infectious diseases in humans, like bats, including highly pathogenic avian influenza, malaria, rabies, and tuberculosis. The U.S. Department of Agriculture has awarded a team of scientists led by, that's an Indian name, Associate Dean for Research and Graduate Studies in the College of Veterinary Medicine at Michigan State University to further develop a test and innovate a vaccine to delivery platform to prevent bovine tuberculosis in free-roaming white-tailed deer. Significantly, the flexibility of the vaccine delivery platform may be a public health impact beyond TB. It can be engineered for any antigen to protect against infectious agents. Then it goes into a lot about what bovine tuberculosis is, the impact that it has, and then drops down to controlling bovine tuberculosis in animals with vaccination is primary approach to preventing and mitigating the spread of disease across animal populations into human populations. Here in Michigan, the rise of bovine TB infected deer in cattle herds has led to the state of urgency due to the restrictions associated with animal trade and movement. They plan on vaccinating through, I believe there's a oral vaccine that comes through feed, as well as a nasal vaccine that they're avoiding injectable vaccines, which are closely mimic natural immunity. Oral vaccinations also offer significant benefits, but for several factors, including the guts and hospitable environment, have inhibited the development of oral vaccines. They're vaccinating our deer.
Has TB been a problem?
I didn't think so.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it's always been. It's not like
but not
a forefront
big, but
problem.
not a big enough problem. I mean, unless you've seen a major uptick in it, and they just haven't said anything about it.
You don't hear about it as much as you hear about CWD.
No.
Or EHD. EHD showing back up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm starting to hear some cases of EHD in Michigan this year, but they're vaccinating the deer 2 miles that way.
Dang.
So, dude, like that, this is not the time to be vaccinating anything, let alone the group of people that like unvaccinated everything and organic meat.
I hope it backfires. And it has some kind of magic formula that makes drop tines.
Double drop tines.
Dude, it's infuriating because it's like, okay, we have this one little safe haven of like, we want organic meat. What the heck are you putting in that vaccine?
Yes.
And putting it out amongst the deer? Once again, they're doing it through, they said an oral application where the deer would eat it off of something or put it on a salt lick. So it's like rules for thee, not for me. Like, we're going through that again. We're allowed to just go out and bait these deer or feed these deer something that like none of us want.
We're about to have a bunch of acoustic deer walking around.
Acoustic deer.
That's what they've said. Is like the stats on acoustic people and acoutism.
That's will we get flagged on?
I don't know. That's why I'm saying acoustic, just like the guitar. But anyway, the uptick in acoustics was when vaccines started getting implemented. So we're going to have a bunch of deer running around.
Dude,
can you imagine what's going to happen to the insurance bill?
Can you imagine the podcast between RFK and Donald Trump Jr.? Wild.
No, they're vaccinating the deer.
So are these like, is it all free range stuff or is this
free range?
Okay.
Yeah, no, they're not doing this on like, from what I know.
They're boosting our bait piles.
Dude, it's like, don't frick with my deer. Don't.
That's a little strange.
You can't get involved in this kind of stuff, man. You got to let it run its cycle. population control and environmental control are like the things to do.
We
You
gotta
can-
seek population control by bow hunters.
That's really good. Like,
Just the bow hunters. Only not vaccinations.
if I closed my eyes, that is impressively good.
Everybody tag RFK Jr.
Like,
Make our deer healthy again.
this is not the way to do this. Point blank. Kill more deer, create better habitat for them to thrive in.
Here's the thing, too. There's really I don't see the productive way to even track results on something like that. You're just blindly, unless they have confirmed cases in the area that they're not talking about, and they want to see if it's going to have a positive reaction. And who knows? That's very interesting. I would love to somehow find somebody who's quasi-involved with that program and get them down here just so we can ask positive questions. Like, here's the thing: is like it's so easy to jump to conclusions. Like that's I feel like is the thing in the society today is just like you see a headline and there's information in that headline, but the stat that I read is that most people read a headline and take it for its face value without actually doing the research. And
I just read pretty far down that.
well,
Right there at the bottom, it says funded by BlackRock, Vanguard, and State Street. So,
wait, really?
Okay.
no.
That's
That's between the lines. I'll figure out who's funding it. It's probably, I think it's a government grant. So
Because
at
I
that point
would-
it would be.
Here's the thing: is like having open and honest conversations about something like this. This whole thing could be an iceberg that we don't know about, and that's why getting an ass in the chair and having that conversation would be huge.
Well, Sinranand Srivan.
Oh yeah. I know.
go put on my lab coat.
Yeah, there's the dude. He lives right around the corner from us.
We
I
can
bet you we could get him here.
we can find him on Onyx.
Oh, honestly,
We could just show up in his living room.
we should just show up. What are you doing about our dude?
Anyway, that's a rough one.
Oh wait, hold on, dude. No, trying to find an Indian man's name in Okemos is we're gonna find way too many. Oh, we're recording. Okay, it's the truth. Show up to Okemos, man. Student driver stickers everywhere.
Great people. Everybody agrees.
Caleb, what you got, buddy?
All right. Headline reads, over 49,000 hunters apply for Michigan elk. Elk season becomes a big moneymaker in Michigan, with over 49,000 hunters applying for a chance at 300 available tags. At $5 per application, the Michigan DNR raised approximately $250,000 on the sale of lottery applications alone. Elk were reestablished in the Great Lakes state in 1917 from elk relocated from Yellowstone National Park. Since then, the population has grown from 900 to 1,500 elk and has become a rather iconic animal in Michigan, which, according to the MDNR Wildlife Outreach Coordinator, Rachel Leitner, makes the hunt a coveted experience. Most of the state's elk range within the Pigeon River State Forest in northern Michigan, and the MDNR maintains about 1,000 elk in the state to keep the balance with the environment. According to the Detroit News, since 1984, Michigan's elk hunting has gained a steady interest, resulting in the current lottery system to handle demand. In fact, there were about 5,000 more applications in 2021 than the prior year.
I found his house.
Keeping
He lives by the Fosters.
Keeping the elk population at a manageable level is a benefit to the animals, hunters, nature lovers in general. There's a biological carrying capacity for elk within a certain range of northern Michigan. The population really can't go above 12 to 1,300, or then you have problems with starvation. Michigan's elk tag is considered a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, and those who are lucky enough to draw typical hire local guides to help them with their hunt. It's really an experiential hunt, said Leitner. You get to spend days in northern Michigan scouting and tracking elk. Maybe you harvest an animal, maybe you don't. Still a great experience. I did not realize that once the population got too big, there was starvation issues in Michigan. Like, why wouldn't you just spread them further out?
I've never fully figured that out about the elk population in Michigan, because they do just stick to that one little Pigeon River area,
and they just maintain that number. Like, you don't hear about it growing. Like, it's not like, oh, now we're at 3,000.
Hunter's laughing because I posted this guy's address in the group
We're
chat.
going on a field trip at 2 a.m.
Dude, we should kidnap and bring him down to the bunker. No, we won't do that.
What do you know?
We're not going to do that. But I've never figured that out, though, about the Michigan elk population, on why they just stick to that area. Every once in a while, you'll see them come as far west over to like 127. And then I actually heard like 3 or 4 years ago, there was a spike elk that came all the way down to Durand, or Corunna, I think it was.
Must have known there was a Klan rally or something.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys. This is our first episode back in like
We've gotten drastically more racist.
Yeah,
drastically.
like 4 months. We're really trying to get our PR a little more polished. You have to give us 2 or 3 episodes before we get to go back on track.
Have you guys ever been up there during bugle season?
No.
Unreal.
I've always wanted to hear an elk bugle in person.
It will send shivers down your spine.
I would love to go shed hunting up there.
I've done that
That'd be
too.
cool.
It's tough, but it's a beautiful area.
Tough because of just the competition.
No, it's just so vast, and like to figure out where to look. I mean, you can figure it out, but it's
How many acres is it?
40.
Thousands.
I think it's like 43,000 or something like that.
Yeah.
Okay, that's 2,800 antlers. You said 40,000?
I don't know. Yeah, let me look. Get my acorn back in my mouth here.
So that would be you would technically 1 antler per 14 acres.
Let me just figure out the actual size.
Those are big antlers too.
Those are big antlers.
You think finding whitetails?
114,000.
Oh, that's
Okay.
a little bit. That's about 1 antler every 100 acres.
Yeah. So that being said, they have like, and that's the other part too, is they have like all these viewing stations that I don't know if they feed the elk, but they have these like big open food plots that they put in when they put in a bunch of buckwheat and
The vac spots.
the vac spots. Yeah. And I really want to get that guy down in the podcast bunker now. Like, I want to figure out what's going on with these deer. Going up during bugle season. Yeah. Thank you. Fascinating.
I was about to say something and I stopped myself.
Did you think the same thing I was thinking, that I
Probably.
stopped?
Probably. We'll
Yeah.
find out after the episode.
100%. I was, anyways, like trying to call and get your computer fixed. Anyways, he's so not coming on.
That's not what I was thinking.
Mute my mic.
Reed's done. Reed's
Good,
on Reed's on probation. This is why he's not. Yeah, this is why we took 4 months off. Anyway, I'm really surprised though that they don't try to create other pockets around Michigan, especially in the UP, because once you get north of Clare, you get in that Gaylord Pigeon River area. I don't see much of a difference than just like popping them up just past the bridge somewhere up there.
The habitat is pretty different. Like when you go north of the bridge, the topography changes drastically. The habitat is like very different. The vegetation it's kind of similar, but there's a lot of difference. And like, you're getting way pineier the further north you go.
Yeah, that is true.
Pigeon River has a lot of marsh. It has a lot of like, when you go there, it feels very much like Colorado lowlands, where it's like you're not big and mountainous yet.
Interesting. Like
It's got-
foothills, though.
Kind of. It's got a lot of marsh area. It's got a lot of like conifer stands. It's got a lot of deciduous stands. Like, it's very diverse. Open, like big open valleys of grassland. Like, it's a really cool area. And I don't really know of many places. Maybe Big Rapids kind of has a similar feel to it. But
I wish they would, all this time that they spend in these labs and studying herds and health of herds and stuff, I wish that they would really deep dive in Michigan and try to find spots that they could have pockets of 50 or 60 that could, grow into more, and then you've got these tiny little pockets all over the state instead of just one big concentrated herd.
You're right, because it's really interesting and unique that, well, I guess it's not like terribly unique, but it's like, it's very cool that we have elk in Michigan.
Yeah.
Most people don't think about elk when they think about Michigan.
Right.
But it's like, yeah, we have a small herd.
And moose. There's a
And
guy
moose.
that one guy hit the moose with his car up in the UP a couple weeks ago.
Oh, did you really?
Mm-hmm.
Bummer.
Imagine filing that claim.
Yeah.
We were actually up in the UP a
Hit a
couple weeks
moose.
ago and saw a black bear.
Cool.
Huh.
Yeah, black bear ran across the road. I mean, beautiful bear standing off in the woods, and it's just cool to see him. And
There's
then
a lot of bears in Michigan.
the following night, my mom was driving home from Charlevoix and saw one in Elmira.
Yeah, that makes
Mhm.
sense. There's a ton in that area too.
There's one that actually just got sighted up in Langsburg.
I believe it. They're everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Our black bear population is big in Michigan. Big.
Also,
Huge.
since we're doing an Tasso podcast, if we want to keep things consistent, I got another trail cam photo of what could possibly be a cougar in Langsburg.
Oh, that opens a can of worms.
Yep.
Michigan's black bear population is estimated at over 12,000,
Wow.
Okay, that's pretty good.
which is pretty sizable.
That's pretty good.
Ain't got nothing on our does, though. Millions and billions. You going to show us or what?
Mm-hmm. So this one's a little tough. That
Whoa.
one, if you start thinking bobcat and looking at it through the
Yeah.
lens of bobcat, that could be a bobcat.
I see the ears.
Mm-hmm.
You have the pointy ears
Right.
and no
There's no
tail.
You can't see the tail in the photo. That would have been a dead giveaway, but I'm just like,
Was this sent to you, or was this on your personal camera?
sent to me. Yeah. My personal cameras are out.
Mm,
They are not sending pictures right now because the service is terrible.
I would say I would
see.
say that is a bobcat.
It's just got a long body.
Let's see.
And there's no good point of reference on this one. Like, how tall is the grass? How tall is, like, where's the...
The only thing that I see in that picture that gives me bobcat is the ears.
Mhm.
Cougars have the rounded ears.
Yep.
Bobcats have the points.
Bobcat.
Bobcat. That's when I first saw it, I was like,
Fake
whoa.
news.
whoa. And then I started looking closer. I was like, that's a bobcat.
So, like with bobcats, typically they have like a flab underneath their front,
Hey, me too.
their front legs,
Like devolved wings.
and it's like that white flab, and then also the white patch under the. That's what I'm feeling. I'm feeling bobcat.
I feel
Feeling pretty bobby on that one, all right?
Feeling pretty bobby.
Yeah.
I feel attacked.
The flab under the arms.
is good. Anyway, all right. Well, on that bombshell, we're going to let you guys go. Thanks so much for joining us back. We are really hoping to, as the season continues here, we're going to get back on the train. Summer just usually gets pretty crazy, so we need well-deserved time to take a breather as we are all pretty slammed in the summer. So start coming back to you guys as regularly as possible throughout the season. Try to get some great guests lined up here. Hopefully throughout the winter would be good. Especially our new friend from the lab who can explain to us why boosting our does, not in the good way for you car guys, this is a bad kind of boost, but why boosting our does makes sense. Also, that's a little too close to home.
Yeah, that's the
If
part
I'm
that's...
glowing green next time you see me. Then also, though, please, Michigan DNR, let's do pockets of elk so that I have a 300-inch bull walking through my suburban backyard. Thank you.
We didn't even get to the fact that Bass Pro is coming to Lansing.
Oh, my
Ooh,
goodness.
yeah.
Yes.
For the next
For
one.
those of you guys in the mid-Michigan area, in between Metro Detroit, Grand Rapids, and Dundee, down by the state line, we're getting a massive Bass Pro Shops in early 2026, which is a game changer for us and you. Get stoked. All right. If you guys learned something, if you had fun, if you laughed, if you hate us, make sure to smash that like button and subscribe to the channel. Share it with a friend because this only grows organically. That's how we get the word out. Thanks so much. We really appreciate you guys. We will talk to you soon. See you later.
I'm not even going to do the little outro thing because of how spicy I got during. No bueno.